Hello and welcome to another video. This video will be on how to tank clans. So if you are new to my channel and you have not seen any of my anti-pking videos, in a lot of those videos I have to tank clans in all of them. Literally all of them. Doesn't mean I always escape or live, but usually I do escape and they end up being pretty badass clips. And in one of my videos, I wish I remembered your name, my friend, but I just wrote it on a notepad and I don't even know what video I got it off, but he asked for a guide on how to tank clans. And since I'm doing kind of like wilderness guides to get people back to the wild, beginners guides, etc., how to PK, what spots to use, I thought this would be actually really good for those trying to either anti-PK or just do some wilderness bosses. And since most of them are in multi-safe spot areas, you're going to need to know how to tank a clan. So the video layout is going to be like this. I'm going to show you guys what you should wear in certain areas, the defensive bonuses, why they're good, food, potions, just kind of the normal shit, my setup. And then at the end of the video, I'm going to go over a couple of my escapes, show you guys how you can analyze a situation, situational awareness, prayer switches. If you're not good at prayer switches, there's still ways to tank a clan with minimal prayer switches, keeping your HP high, just things you got to look out for. It's going to be a very unconventional guide, but that's how it's going to go down. Also, go watch the new anti-PKing video. It needs more love. I'm going to link it at the end of this video. Show it some love, boys. It is out. Anti-PKing Evidentatis. I will slap you if you don't go watch that shit. Alright, let's begin into the guide. Sorry for the long intro. So let's dive right into my setup here. Usually I have anti-PKing gear, but let's not talk about anti-PKing. Let's just talk about pure tanking. So I have my anglerfish, 4 brews, just an anti-venom, which is actually very important. You do not want to tank a clan and then die to venom, because you're usually going to get TV'd. So be careful about that. And obviously a black DI'd body. So the reason why I want to dive into my setup is a lot of people don't understand why I use Varix, and ignore the rune gloves. You know, if you don't want any risk, rune gloves are good. Barrow's gloves are better, obviously. If you look at my setup, look at my tank bonus, and just Varix, because Varix is pretty much all you need to kill every wilderness boss ever. So if you're going to find yourself in multi, Varix is something that's going to help you out a ton. So we got shit tons of prayer bonus, and no negative magic defense, which is amazing. So let me drop a couple of these foods, and you will see that a lot of people don't know, because they think every armor in this game that's melee based gives negative magic defense. This one doesn't. See? Doesn't do anything. Plus 17 magic defense the whole time. That's why it's so good, because magic defense is the key to tanking clans. High defensive bonuses are great, but high magic defense means you're in multi a lot less longer. They won't be able to catch freezes, etc. So, also I want to talk about the Mage Cape. A lot of people think they should bring an Ardoon Cape, or a Fire Cape, I guess, or Doin, whatever you want to call that fucking city. I bring a Mage Cape. Zammy, Sarah, whatever, because it gives plus 10 magic defensive bonuses, and if you fucking slap on your black DI'd body, you're already rocking plus 67 magic defense, and you literally only have wasted 1 inventory slot, because food's very essential. That will help you run away from— what the hell is going on, dude? I don't know any of these people. Whatever, it's gonna be in the video, but what the fuck? It's going to be very essential for you to get away from anyone trying to mage, freeze, even TV right in the beginning. You get a teleport out right away. So I would highly recommend getting a God Cape and a black DI'd body. That's why I can't deal with this. That's why I also have Augury activated, dude, which heightens your defense and magic defense. If you don't have that, you can put on Mystic Might and your regular defensive bonuses, dude. A lot of people say Piety might be better, but if you have your Mystic Might on, it will increase your magic defense, because it increases your mage level in total, and I think one of the mods said that it does help you out. But Augury is just key. That's what keeps me alive so much of the time. It's only about 20 mil, maybe even less, and it's super effective in the wild. You slap that on, and you just start fucking booking it, dude. This is wonderful. Highly recommend Varix. Definitely D-hide, anything that doesn't cost too much, and if you're able to, a bulwark is pretty amazing. Now obviously in a PvP situation, you're not going to get that fucking actual bonus the bulwark gives, but it does not matter. For something that is so goddamn cheap, it gives insane bonuses imagine wearing full thorax. You don't have to. Look at that. Now, obviously, your magic defense doesn't go up by that much, but for just a shield, what was that? Maybe a 17 to 20% increase or a defense, magic defense bonus? That is insane. That's why a lot of people use the bulwark at Black Chins, but this was fairly obvious. I think the bulwark's about 6 mil. And if you were going to be doing a lot of Wildy adventures, I would definitely recommend investing in one, because if you can prayer swap, you, my friend, will live so much more often with a bulwark, and I believe it's not going to be going down anymore. But yeah, so pretty much I could go on for days on just different armor sets, but I'm just giving my recommendations. Varix, Black D'Hide Body, Bulwark, Mage Cape. Have those on you. You should live a lot more often. Now I'm going to take out some older clips and some newer clips, some even spoilers, and we're going to go over and kind of analyze which prayer switches I do, what I was thinking at the time when a clan was attacking me, and just kind of get into mindset that I was in balls deep in a clan, and just kind of explain what I'm doing, how I lived, and hopefully you can take some of those lessons and apply them to yourself when you're getting attacked by a clan. So we will begin with a failed clip, and I'm going to kind of point out what I do wrong. So first off, check if you're TV'd. I just got TV'd very late, which means I could have teleported very, very soon. So if you are just here tanking out a clan, be wary to teleport if you're not TV'd, because you don't want to just stay there and see if you can tank them to singles, which is what I do. Also, second mistake, I did not put on the Black D'Hide Body when I saw the clan login. As we can see here, you're going to want your magic defense up as high as possible so they splash every and all freezes. I did do, however, is kept my Varix top on, which is what you're going to want to do when you're frozen. When you're unfrozen, swap back over to the Black D'Hide, but when you are frozen, swap back into the Varix play or whatever melee play you're using. So I slowed it down a little bit, but let's get back to the tanking. If you're not great at prayer swapping, at least have your augury or your magic defense prayers on, and then look around you. Don't panic. Make sure they don't have a D-spear, of course. I will go into the D-spearing more in a little bit, but be patient, be under control, count how many are attacking you. Right now I have 2 majors on me, which I failed to see because they are going to be doing a lot more damage to me overall, and then the meleeers. The rangers kind of went in and out with range and melee, but if I had to really suggest one prayer that I camped overall instead of prayer swapping, it would probably be range or melee. So do not panic when you're in a situation like this. Kind of just take your time, count out how many opponents are fighting, and what is the majority? Are they all wearing Debos? Are they all maging? Are they all going in for a spec? That is something you can definitely work on, and if you are not a great at prayer switching, you can just camp one prayer. And so I did fail a lot of these prayer swaps. I'm not even sure why. They were pretty damn obvious, and that is actually worse than camping one prayer, because at least if you camp one prayer, you're blocking the majority of the damage by 40%. If you're missing a bunch of flicks, you are just inviting damage over to you, and you're also not getting enough food because your clicks are more focused on prayer. Now, I went for the heart prayer, last ditch effort, but I would not go for that. Be careful. Here is a successful tank, and to be honest, a decent one. So I'm not going to zoom in on my character itself because I want you to see how I kind of handle my inventory. Now, a lot of them are coming up with the melee. I have my Varix play body on. I was TV'd, but for only half. I'm keeping my HP as full as possible, but not wasting a food. Maybe I do, I'm not sure. But I'm keeping my melee prayer on because a lot of them are near me and I can see whips. My friend is D-spearing one off. I see that he D-spears the mage, which is actually really good for me. I go for a brew and then I start running away. But as you can see, right when I run away, what do? I put on my D'Hide top. So hopefully they splash. Also, I can see that Venenatis is aggroing everybody, so I do kind of see, should I go for the mage prayer? Because Venenatis does a ton of damage. It's called surrounding. You're surrounded, you got to see what's going on. So I do put on the mage prayer like a dumbass, but Venenatis does actually not attack me, and then I tank that last AGS as I just barely run into singles. But the tank is not over. I see that Major is running right at me, so I go directly south and try to gap myself as fast as possible. My friend is on him, and I do somehow tank a blitz from the guy in the back. I'm not sure if that was at me. But yeah, I kept my food up high. Make sure to keep your food and prayer up at all times, dude. Yeah, your Black D'Hide swap is very powerful, and even though I didn't prayer switch that often in this fight, I was able to tank out, I think, a 15-man clan with AGS spec. Alrighty, so this clip will have a D-spear in it. It starts out as me getting baited, and I did slow down the clip, so I'm attacking a guy, I run into the wild, I do get baited, I start attacking him back, but all these people start logging in. So the first thing I think of is, where is the single line that's closest to me? So this is what you're going to need to think of when you're in the wild at all times. Where is the single line? For me, it was, I believe, directly east, just a couple steps. So I was pretty damn close. I started getting speared, so I thought, I'm in a pretty good position. I see the guy's maging me. I'm putting on my protect melee for some reason, I don't know why. So I see that he goes in for the range, so I need to get my prayer up before the guy spears me, because then I can't do anything. And I see a guy have a god sword, so I flick the melee. I wasn't fast enough, so it does hit me. So the way you handle these spears is you might die. I die a lot when these spears are being used, but not a lot of people are on me. But right before you're speared, you want to see who is attacking you, and you want to put on the prayer that's going to block the most amount of damage. Now you can see here I'm running east to get out of singles as fast as possible. A lot of people, when I see them running, they put on the protect from mage. Does not help you get away. It only blocks the mage damage, but instead I'm getting hit by an AGS and a couple magers, so I'm prayer flicking. I'm not worried about camping the mage prayer when I'm actually running, because that doesn't do much. The second spear comes in. I see they all have god swords, so I flicked it up. I somehow tank a lot of the majority of this mage spell, and another major isn't attacking me, which actually loses them the kill. They are still going for the god sword, so I'm just trying to keep my HP as high as possible while getting through these D-spear hits, also trying to go a couple more steps east. You just got to keep a calm head. They are starting to get off me. They're starting to spread out more, trying to kill my other friends because they see that they cannot take me down with all the D-spears. The Leaf Bladed Battle Axe isn't much of a threat, but I do try to prayer flick it anyways. And the Water Staff McGee's aren't much of a threat, so I end up just walking right into singles after getting speared twice. So, let me just go over that again. When you are speared, before the guy lands a spear hit on you, prayer flick to whatever's doing the most damage to you, which does seem obvious, but it could save your life, and then keep doing that per every D-spear hit, because they will swap into range, mage, etc. Keep your HP high. Do not camp your mage prayer when running, because that doesn't help you get it doesn't help them not land a freeze. It just lowers the damage hit on you. So it's not like they're going to splash more often. No, they're just going to do less damage. You got to have the prayer that is going to block the most damage when running, because a lot of the times people will die when running because they're protecting the wrong prayer. So guys, that is the end of the video. I'm just going to go over some key points just because it does help retain the knowledge. All you need is practice. So we go into inventory. Anti-venom, gonna be helpful. Mage Cape, any Godspell Cape, very helpful. D'Hide Switch, amazing. Varix, always gonna be a great armor set, but that's not the only armor set that does work in the Wildy. Also, Bulwark. So if you have a good inventory setup and good armor, that is half the battle. The second half of the battle, situational awareness. Be able to count how many people are ranging and maging you so you know which one to protect over, and if you want to prayer flick any oncoming melee damage like an AGS, DDS, etc. That does work. Remember, have your defensive mage prayers up so you can have more of a chance to run away so they get less hits on you. When they are freezing you, have your DI body on. When they are not and you are already frozen, switch into your tankiest gear that you can have unless they are all maging. Very good key points. Also, if you are getting de-speared, put the protection on that's going to block the most damage per spear hit. And while you're getting speared, make sure that you're also trying to brew up as much as possible and just kind of getting down more of the situational awareness. You can practice all of these things fairly easily, and you will not be able to tank every clan coming your way. Trust me, I definitely can't. I definitely get stomped a lot of the time. But I will tell you what, I do not die every time, dude. And this will help you tank a lot of these fights that are coming at you. Because the wilderness is becoming more of a clan area now. Not a lot of single PKers, so this is actually really good information to know. Please tell me if you did enjoy this guide. I try to make them interesting. Try not to make them too wordy. But at the end of the day, I do have to get into detail about a lot of these things. So if you did enjoy, a sub would be awesome. A like would be awesome. Go check out my anti-pking videos to see them in live action. And like always, I will see you in the next episode.
I don't know what you want. Let's have a bit of fun till I downfall. Don't say you're